Hello and welcome to Emotions and Essential Oils. My name is Erin Rimmer and I will be talking through how essential oils actually work with our emotions and how they can actually influence a change. It's pretty scientific stuff. So I do have my notes here that I'll be referring to, so I do apologise that I keep looking down and reading, but as I said, there's a lot of science behind it. So I would suggest pen and paper to make some notes, and I will be offering a special at the end of this class with anyone who does enroll today with one of our emotional aromatherapy kits. So if you are keen to enroll or get one of those kits, stay tuned to the end so you can hear about the special. So let's get right into it. So first of all, thank you so much for being here and choosing to learn more about how you can use oils to influence your emotions. Mental health and emotional type distress is the #1 health complaint around the world. So it's really amazing that we have these natural, affordable and effective tools to be able to manage our own emotional health without resorting to drugs and pharmaceuticals and alcohol and all that kind of recreational drugs and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm really just so blessed to be able to not only use these for myself, but to share it with all of you as well. So thank you for being here. So firstly, I first started using essential oils to support my emotions many years ago. I think I was 17 or so. But in recent times, I started to use them to support my anxious feelings and my sleep. And the sleep was directly related to my stress levels and the cortisol in my body. So I guess you could call that an emotion as well. So they've been incredibly powerful for me. I diffuse them at nighttime when I sleep. I apply them topically throughout the day. I also take them internally as well to get an immediate hit. So for me, they've been incredibly beneficial, which is why I'm so passionate about sharing it with others. I use them with my meditation. If I'm having a particularly stressful day, I'll sit with, either whatever oil calls for, so maybe frankincense or melissa, which is a really high vibrational oil. I'll sit with one of those oils for 20 minutes in meditation and just breathe deeply, inhaling the oil. I use the oils like 24/7 when I separated from my husband about 1.5 years ago now. I used Console actually every day for about a month, and it was just like a big warm hug for me. So it was so supportive going through those tough times. And as I said, anxious feelings, I use them pretty much daily to help support my anxious feelings. I was on medication for my anxiety, and I've been able to come off medication and support myself with essential oils and not need medication anymore. So they are incredibly beneficial. So would you like to be more happy, connected and empowered? Well, of course you would. So in this class, as I said, we'll talk about the science behind emotions and essential oils and how they actually work in our body, in our cell makeup. Some tools and habits for healthy body chemistry, and obviously practical ways that you can use your oils at home straight away. So you are created to function as a whole. Our mind, body and spirit is designed to work in synergy, together. And it's when we're out of balance with one of those factors where we start to get disease or illness or imbalance in the body, which can create all sorts of dramas. Your body is made up of intelligent cells wired to restore health. This means your body is brilliant in design and naturally wants to be balanced and whole. So that whole homeostasis comes into effect where our bodies are constantly trying to balance ourselves out, and essential oils just helps to regain that balance again within our cells. So to learn the language of your body, you need to know what emotions are and how they actually are communicating with ourselves. So emotions are information-carrying molecules that bind to and react with cell receptors. So every cell has a little receptor, and the essential oils actually connect with those receptors and translate messages to them. So they go into the cell, impacting function and behaviour. In other words, emotions in their smallest and most basic form are chemical molecules. So as I said, every cell has a receptor, and these receptors gather in a cluster at the surface of the cell, waiting for a chemical to attach a message. This new information is received inside the cell, impacting your energy level, your behaviour and your mood. So they work instantly. Because emotions are chemicals, they are not limited to the mind. Emotions flow and are processed throughout our entire body. Science reveals there are complex neural processing functions in the mind, heart, and gut. So we actually have 3 brains: our mind, our heart, and our gut, and they all work together. This means you can actually process feelings in each of these brains. So the mind is like the conductor. It's directing the body to feel emotionally and behave physically. The heart discerns the message our brain receives, and the gut responds accordingly, distributing health or illness to the rest of our bodies. So you might find, I know for me, when I'm stressed, I feel it mainly in my gut. I get a really upset tummy. 90% of the serotonin that our body makes actually lives in our gut. So it's a really powerful brain, I guess you could say. So when we're feeling stressed and overwhelmed and have those anxious feelings, a biochemical reaction occurs in one of our brains. One may feel conflicted, confused, even notice an unsettled stomach, as I said. These negative reactions are the consequence of conflicting messages within these brains, which disrupts the internal balance. This result is disconnection or disease. When we think and feel something simultaneously, our new belief is created. We are always reinforcing old beliefs or planting new ones. So it's really important that we take note of, are we cultivating a seed or are we cultivating a weed? So it's really good to be in tune with that. Essential oils are an incredibly effective emotional wellness tool. This is a mood blend called Balance. So Balance is it's our grounding blend. It's very, very woody in scent. It's calming and grounding to the central nervous system. It actually contains frankincense, which I've already mentioned. Frankincense is powerful. It's a cleanser and a magnifier that opens the mind's eye. So it's really, really good to apply this directly to your mind's eye, which is just here. In meditation, that's what I do. Or the soles of your feet to help ground you to the earth. And actually every morning when I wake up, part of my morning routine is to apply Balance to the soles of my feet to keep me grounded. So I use this a lot. This is generally the oil I recommend to people who are stressed or have those anxious feelings. If someone asks me for a sample due to stress, I will send them Balance. Men really love Balance as well. It's quite a masculine scent. It's not sweet by any means, and it's a lot of men do use it as their sort of pure perfume or cologne smell, whatever you want to call that. But as soon as you smell it, it immediately grounds you. It's just beautiful. So yes. So because both emotions and essential oils are chemically based, a powerful reaction occurs as they make contact within the body. Essential oils are very chemically complex, which is why each oil is able to have so many uses and applications. Now, I'll only be talking about a few oils this evening, but there's literally over 100 different oils, and each of them have a different emotional benefit. There's a book called Emotions and Essential Oils, which I highly recommend, and it's got every single oil in here and exactly how we can use it for our emotions. So I highly recommend you get that. It's only like $25, $30 or so. And I actually refer to it every single day. It's just brilliant. So wild orange is one that, if you're into essential oils, you'll probably know this one as the uplifting blend. I absolutely love it. I personally diffuse this one when I need to focus. So if I'm studying or doing some work and I'm a bit hazy in the mind, I will diffuse wild orange with peppermint in my diffuser to sort of, as I said, create that focus and alertness and sort of bring me back to what I'm doing. It invites us to connect in the body and stimulates energy as well. Many people love to put wild orange in the diffuser to diminish feelings of overwhelm in their environment. Citrus oils like wild orange are great at uplifting mood and promoting toxic release as well. So one of the reasons essential oil molecules go cellular so fast is because they are extremely molecular dense. One drop of essential oil has 40 million trillion molecules, if you can get your head around that. So one drop of essential oil has 40 million trillion molecules, which is insane. Tiny molecules from the chemical compounds in essential oils can service every cell within the body within minutes, which is insane. They're so effective. It's incredible. Because of their chemical complexity, essential oils promote emotional and physical detox. So they help remove conflicting cellular messages and encourage cellular respiration. It's a lot of words there. They support those receptor sites on the surface of the cells, reviving and enhancing them. They go into the cell efficiently after they bind to the receptors of the cell's surface. This efficient process enhances cell function. Also, essential oils are able to restore and maintain that state a cell is naturally and intelligently designed to embody. Crazy stuff. So as you know, essential oils are from plants, are from the different parts of the plant, depending on the oil. doTERRA steam distill their oils in order to extract them, which is a really beneficial and probably the most effective way of getting them from the plant. The essential oil to the plant is like blood to us. So they're like the lifeblood of the plant, if you will. They help to defend the plant, they nourish it and repair itself, and they help to nourish and repair the plant. Essential oils have the same function in the plant as blood, as the human body, as I've said. The quality and grade of essential oil will determine its effectiveness. So as I said before, it's that whole analogy of a lemon from Italy or a lemon from your backyard. It's depending where it's grown. If it's grown in its natural habitat, the chemical constituents of that plant will produce a more effective oil, which in turn will communicate with our cells much more efficiently and effectively. Next oil, quickly I want to briefly talk about, is peppermint. So as I said, peppermint is wonderful with wild orange for that focus, but also just to open you up. Really good for respiratory function. So it's really good if you're feeling like, I don't know, when I feel anxious, I get really closed and feel a bit claustrophobic. This will actually help to open you up. It's physically energizing and oxygenating and supports brain focus. Emotionally, peppermint invigorates and dispels mental fog. So either way, peppermint peps you up. I said it. So a really effective way of using peppermint is to drop into your palm. Just one drop's fine because it's super strong. I think this is almost out. Not even coming out. Oh, there we go. One drop and just 3 really deep breaths. So I like to breathe. If I'm feeling anxious, I breathe 4 breaths in and 8 breaths out. And that's a really effective way of switching on your parasympathetic nervous system and just calming you down instantly. But also removes that brain fog as well. So there are 3 different ways you can use oils to support your emotions. The first one is aromatically. So there is a reason this process is called aromatherapy. I think I've already said that, so I've said it again. Smell is the fastest way to affect mood and the quickest way to get into the deepest part of the mind-brain. Our sense of smell is more complex than any of our other senses, including sight. There are smell receptors on every organ in your body. So it's not just affecting here, it's affecting everywhere. As you inhale an essential oil, those aromatic molecules travel to the olfactory bulbs, which are linked directly to the emotional or the limbic part in your brain, which is where stores memories. So it's why, for example, frankincense I used to use a lot when I was pregnant. And then when I was in labour, I took frankincense into the birthing suite with me and diffused it while I was in labour. And it instantly took me back to that relaxation place because that's what I used when I meditated when I was pregnant. So it has a really powerful impact in our memories. Essential oils are dynamic. Dynamic meaning that they affect us physically and emotionally. So it shifts and changes intelligently as they interact with your body's biochemistry. You will discover that each and every essential oil has both physical and emotional components and applications. Again, this is because of their chemical complexity. The second way we can use essential oils for emotional support is topically. So essential oils are transdermal, so they will penetrate and they will go into your circulatory system and go around your whole body. So if you apply some oils to the bottom of your feet, I think it's within 15 minutes or Don't quote me on that, but it's a short amount of time that it will travel through the entire body. You do have big pores on the soles of your feet, so it's a really effective place to apply them. And again, if it's a citrus oil, it's also effective because you're not going to be getting photosensitivity from the sun. Applied anywhere on the body, essential oils will penetrate every cell. Here are some great topical application to affect the 3 brains of the body. So, for example, past tense. So past tense is our relaxation blend. It packs a punch. It's really good if you have a head tension, like amazing. So I apply mine to my hairline, not anywhere closer to that because it can seep into your eye and it burns. So there, 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 and the base of the neck. That's a really nice way of applying this particular blend. Now this one is already diluted. Or is it? Oh, it's not. Ignore what I just said. It's actually not diluted. So if you are sensitive, don't just apply it. I would, you could even pop the top off it. Get a little knife, butter knife. Don't get a sharp knife, butter knife. And dilute it first and then apply it. Or even put a fraction of coconut oil straight into the bottle because it's super strong. But I'm fine with it. I'll just whack it on. Physically, it can be applied for occasional head tension. Emotionally, it can be used for occasional emotional tension and confusion. So apply some over the back of the neck, temples, forehead, as I've just done. Another way, obviously, if you're going through heartbreak or, you know, you got heart stress, I suppose is one way of saying it. You can apply your oils to your heart chakra. So always dilute your oils if you're going to apply them topically because they can be strong, and you do get a better penetration when you dilute them because they do get into the body. They absorb better into the body. Absorb's a better word than penetration. Sorry. But this particular blend, Peace, which is one of my favourite blends, I go through a bottle every couple of months. I just love it. But I often apply that to my heart. If I'm feeling angry with what I'm going through, I'll apply Peace to my heart and I'll sit there for a few minutes and just kind of hold it there and breathe. And it's a really beautiful way of sort of calming down. So yeah, you can, as I said, you can apply them anywhere topically, but if there's a particular issue that you have, always apply it to that area for the best result. The third way we can use essential oils for emotional health is internally. So a lot of people are conflicted with internal use. Now that I know my oils so well and are so comfortable with them, I'm really comfortable with taking them internally. So I often take either frankincense or copaiba straight under the tongue. I like just drop it straight in there. Tastes like crap, but it gives you the immediate result. It also supports immune function and stuff like that as well. But emotionally, if you're having anxious feelings, it calms you straight down. Yeah, it's just a really, really lovely way of doing it. So if you want to hit yourself in all angles, I would apply 1 drop under my tongue, apply topically to the area of need, and diffuse it as well. So you're hitting yourself on all those levels and you're really going to get yourself back emotionally balanced sooner rather than later. Another one I'll talk about briefly, it's not one that we often think about for emotional health, but it's On Guard. So On Guard is typically the one that we diffuse if we're sick or we're preventing sickness. It's very good at killing airborne microbes and bacteria, but it's also protects us against environmental threats and promotes emotional boundaries, which is really interesting. So a nice way of using it for that purpose is to diffuse it. So in my pedal diffuser, which you can see behind me, I would put in this size room, which you probably can't see, it's not an overly large room, but I put 6 drops of On Guard into my diffuser so I can smell it properly. If you have a larger size room, maybe 8 to 10 drops, but you kind of just play around with it. So this is really good to help protect against vulnerability and just, as I said, gives you those boundaries to help you feel strong again. The essential oils we've highlighted are only a small sampling, like there's, as I said, over 100, of the power essential oils have for maintaining physical and emotional well-being. All of the doTERRA's 100 plus essential oils and blends have emotional and physical benefits. And as I said, that essential oils book is brilliant if you want to get more into it. As we discussed earlier, gut, brain and heart health are interconnected. Essential oils are most effective when combined with good nutrition, digestive health and proper circulation. So I won't go too much into the nutrition side today, But as I said before, 90% of our serotonin is in our gut. So if we can get gut health at the optimum level, you'll find that your mood will be much better. Your brain fog will generally go away, and you'll just generally be happier. So always use your oils in combination with a good diet and exercise, and obviously other healthy habits as well, like meditation and getting out in nature and journaling and all that kind of thing. Don't ever expect that you're going to use an essential oil and you're going to be happy again and, you know, life's going to be great again. It's about using everything together and supporting yourself in as many ways as you can. So you might be asking, where do I begin? There's so many oils, and I haven't even touched on the emotional oils yet, which I will. But yeah, so change is a gift that is always available to us. If you are ready to feel better and experience more out of life, you are in the right place. So if you're going through a shit time and you're looking for something to support you, give essential oils a go, because they really are effective. And I can only talk from personal experience, and obviously everyone in my team has also felt the same effects from them. So doTERRA has introduced six mood blends, making a total of 10 blends specifically designed for mood. So that's pretty awesome. Every oil basically is for different moods. So there's an oil for every mood you can think of. So there are 6 different types of plants that produce an essential oil to give support in their own unique and specific way. How they grow is a lot like how they react in our bodies too, which is interesting. So take citrus oils, for example. The citrus plants grow in warm, sunny climates, elevated high off the ground. Citrus oils are obviously uplifting, elevating, and happy oils. So that's quite interesting that they're very similar in that way. Another example is tree oil. So like from our balance oil or even frankincense, trees are rooted deep into the ground and hold a lot of stability. So they offer the same properties for us. They help us feel more balanced and grounded, which is why it's a great way to use balance oil on the bottom of your feet, so you do feel that ground to the earth feeling. So you identify what you are feeling right now in what particular mood that you're in, and you intuitively pick the oil. So if I'm feeling a particular way, I'll often kind of just go to my oil box and just kind of, I somehow pick the right oil. And I often pick the oil, and then I get my essential oils book out and I refer to that oil and I read it out. And I'm like, that's exactly what I need right now. Like, it's amazing how our intuition knows what we need, and it's really important to listen to that. And essential oils is a great way of tapping into it as well. So, for example, you might be feeling anger or bitterness or be agitated. So you might want to try Forgive. Forgive is a great oil if you've had a row with someone and you're feeling a bit, guilty, or you've done something yourself and you need to forgive yourself. Forgive is the perfect oil to either diffuse or apply topically. I probably wouldn't take this one internally, although some people, I guess, do. Actually it does say for aromatic use only, so don't take this one internally. It smells very like a forest. It's quite beautiful. So I would apply this to my heart, to forgive my heart and to forgive myself, on the insides of my wrists and across my forehead as well. And I would either sit in meditation, or I just go about my day knowing that the oils are supporting me. Console, I think I mentioned before, if you're grieving the loss of a loved one or any type of ending of any kind of that leads to that grief and that longing feeling, Console is a beautiful one to use. I use this every day for a while, and it's just like, even smelling it now, it's like a big warm hug, and it just makes me feel like... So a nice way of using it is just to take the lid off the bottle and just take a few deep breaths if you're in a hurry. But I do invite you to use these oils and sit for a few minutes and just sort of be with the oil and just let it do its magic. I'll quickly go through the emotion oils. Now, there is an essential oil, emotional aromatherapy kit that you can buy these 6 oils, which I'll quickly go through, and you get that petal diffuser. It's actually worth $494, but you get the kit as well as the 12-month enrollment $35 fee waive. So you get the wholesale oils. Sorry, I'll start that again. With the kit, you get the $35 enrollment fee waived. So then you have access to our essential oils for 12 months at wholesale prices. So you get the kit for $310. So you're saving $184, which is pretty phenomenal. So in that kit, you get Motivate, which is the encouraging blend. So this is great if you just, like, I use this a lot before I go to the gym. I started F45 recently, and this morning I'm like, I can't be effed. But I get this out, I either diffuse it, first thing in the morning I just pop it in my diffuser and I smell it, or I apply it topically, or I just like inhale it, and it wakes me up and it gives me that motivation, that kick up the arse that I need. It's really, really lovely. It's got peppermint, it's got coriander, basil, melissa, rosemary, vanilla. So it's quite a uplifting type oil. The next one is chia. Chia is called the uplifting blend. It's great if you're in a shit mood and you just want to pep up a bit, or your kids are in a shit mood, or your husband's in a shit mood and you just need them to cheer up. This is a really great one to do, to use, either again in the diffuser or just topically applied. This one's got wild orange, clove, star anise, lemon, ginger, cinnamon, a couple other ones that I can't pronounce, but it's lovely. Yeah, I like that one. It's good. Peace is the one that I use most frequently. It's similar to Lavender Peace, which is our sleep blend, but this one doesn't have lavender in it. It's slightly different. So it's not one that you can use it for sleep, but I don't use it for sleep. I just use it for calming and giving myself peace, quite literally. So it's the reassuring blend. So if we've had a really stressful day and we're feeling a bit out of sorts, Peace is the one to diffuse it at nighttime before you go to sleep, just to really calm you down. I often have this one at nighttime, diffusing. So it doesn't make you sleepy, but it just calms you, ready for sleep. It smells amazing. I love it. Passion is the inspiring blend. So this is, a lot of people use this as a perfume, and they combine it with Whisper, which is like a musky scent. I'm in two minds about it. It's okay. Some people like love it, massive fans of it. But it's got cinnamon, jasmine, vanilla, some other ones I can't even pronounce, but it's really lovely. You get the Forgive one, which I mentioned before. So that's that tree, quite a grounding blend, but really good for the heart chakra to calm you down. And Console, as I mentioned before, which is great for any kind of comfort that you need. So they're all 5 ml sizes, and you get all 6 of them, plus a diffuser for $310, which is a really good value. So that's all from me. I didn't want to go on too long about the oils. Again, if you want to know more about them individually, you can shoot me a message and I'm happy to go through them with you. Or, sorry, I'm just checking that I'm recording this properly. Yep, I am. Sorry. Or you get yourself the Emotions book, which I'll put the link in my page, and it's just brilliant. And it's got everything you need to know about emotions. The first few pages talks all about how they actually heal again in the body. And yeah, so thanks for listening, guys. I hope that was helpful and gave you a good introduction to how they actually work in the body, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.